Hello everyone and welcome to episode 21 of the Vinylmation Kingdom Webcast, and we've had quite a little bit of news over the last 2 weeks. I didn't do a show last week because I was a guest on the Destination Vinylmation podcast and figured that there was so much that we discussed, there wasn't really going to be a lot left I was going to have to talk about. So in the past couple of weeks we've had quite a little bit of news that's come through the Vinylmation Kingdom website. First off, if you haven't already checked it out, we have got a competition running to win an Olaf Disneyland Paris Vinylmation. The competition ends next weekend, so be sure to check out the website for details on that. Basically, it's all linked into our new website, which we've just launched a couple of weeks ago. It was the DisKingdom.com, so if you haven't already done so, remember to check us out over there. You'll notice a few different changes, for example, to like our Twitter and to like our Facebook, etc. We're basically just covering a lot more news, etc. on there. But Vinylmation Kingdom is staying where it is, and it's just primarily focusing on the Vinylmation side. So no need to panic, and there's been quite a little bit of that over the last couple of weeks. Okay, so let's kick off. First off, we do have some news on a new Frozen set. So that's the set that everyone's really been talking about. They are set to come out on March 16th. We haven't got any previews, any information. All we know that we have been told by some cast members that they are on the list and they are due out on March 16th at Disney stores. Expect them to pop up in the parks as well. That tends to be happening a lot more with the Disney store releases. They all tend to be shared out amongst each other. So we don't know who's designed it. We don't really know a lot about it. But hopefully, because it's a Disney store product, we could just literally just find out on the day. So it'll be quite interesting. I'm really hoping for some new Olaf and stuff. No matter what it is, these are going to be popular, and I think they're the main thing everyone is going to be excited about in the next coming weeks. And there hasn't been a huge amount to be excited about recently. Okay, so we had some other new releases in the last couple of weeks. We've had the Tarzan twin pack that was released online and also at the streets. Quite a cool little set. I'm quite interested to see Jane there on the mini platform. Tarzan kind of looks like the mystery one that we didn't see, and I love the detail in the ears that we've got on those figures, showing like the trees. We also had the Lilo and Scrump animation twin pack as well, got released at the streets and also online. There's been a little bit of a confusion on those dates. They were all over the place. 1 minute it was delayed, then it came out on time, and then it was delayed online. It's just they're a little bit of a mess on that one, but they're now out and they look really cool. I really like Scrump and Lilo. She just looks really cool. So those were the two big releases. We've also had the Luke Skywalker Eachez got released online, and we've also had information on two new figures that are going to be coming out. They're going to be coming out next Friday. They're going to be coming out on the 27th of February. I love these two. These are going to be, first off, we've got the St. Patrick's Day Eachez. So this is going to be 2,500 limited edition size, $16.95. Going to be sold at these streets and also online. So we've got Mickey in his like Irish gear there with his hat, and Minnie is a dancer, and she is the variant. And then also on the same day, we have the new Easter Eachez for this year. So we have got Mickey dressed up as a bunny, and Minnie in like a little bonnet and stuff for the variant. Again, limited edition size 2,500. It'll be at these streets and it'll also be online. Expect these to be pretty popular. I think a lot of people love the cuteness factor of Mickey. I would have loved that to see that with the Oswald ears there. So those are cool. I like the fact of what they're doing with this. This is exactly what I feel the holiday sort of releases should have been for years. This beats having the open window ones that used to be around for ages. It makes sense to release things like this for the holidays. Don't know if edition size 2,500 is a little high, but with people trying to chase down the variants, they're probably not going to be around too long. However, I recently saw a picture which had the Valentine's figures at the outlets. So these are always the fingers with these kind of releases. They're very quick. They've got to kind of get in, get out, and then they move on to the next thing. I think they're great. I think this is exactly what Vinylmation is about at the minute. The Eachez are going to be the main thing that's going to be the thing coming forward, and I think they're rather cool. And it'll be interesting to see what other ones we get this year. You know, will we get the July 4th, and then will we get obviously Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I've always liked the holiday, those kind of releases, so I think they're pretty cool. Okay, so that is a quick run through of what's coming up in. We don't know a lot that's coming up at the minute. We've got Frozen and those Eachez. Those are the only two things we really know about at this precise minute. What else might be coming out in the next coming weeks? We saw a few things back at the Imagination Gala. Now, this is obviously one of the biggest issues we have with the idea that they're not going to be at Generation Ear, is that we don't have this information. But what we still know is going to be coming. We still know there's going to be a Avengers blind box of 8. We've also got the Mickey Mouse short series coming. We've also got the new Star Wars series. We've also got Park 15, Park 16. We've also got Star Wars Juniors. We've also got a couple of park stars for the Disneyland 60th anniversary. So expect them to be coming. We should find out about them hopefully soon. We've also got the Peter Pan blind box series and the designer series #1 by Miss Mindy. So yeah, so we've got a few more things yet to come out that we saw back at that show. What was also pretty exciting is we have got details of a trade event which is going to be taking place. Let me just bring out the information. Yes, so it's going to be taking place on February 27th. So it's on the same day that that the news Eachez are going to be out. They're going to be taking place at the Disney's Colorado Springs Resort in Walt Disney World. They're taking place from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Valacruz A, which is obviously a room within the Colorado Springs. Now, there's been kind of a little bit of thing about this because they're now going to be charging $10 per person to get in, and you've got to book your space in advance because they're subject to availability. $10 each. It's this kind of thing of last year they hardly did any events, so they're now going to start charging $10 to go in. It's kind of good news, bad news. Good news is that if they're going to charge the $10 per person, it means they're putting on the events to try and make it, at least it covers the costs or profitable. But considering they used to be free, and with all the hassle that they've had recently with events, this is interesting. The fact that they're charging now, some people like it, a lot of people don't, because if you're taking your family along, you're going to spend $40 to get in, and it's suddenly a lot more expensive than if you're just on your own. But if you're a hardcore trader, this is probably a great thing for you. Also, what's going to be announced is there's going to be opportunities to trade Vinylmations at the event, which is going to be the only way now you can trade, officially anyway. You can still do it online and at unofficial events, but there's also apparently going to be previews of upcoming releases, which is great from our point of view as fans. If they aren't going to be putting on the Generation Ear preview anymore, this might be the only way we're going to find out some information about what's coming up in advance. And I really think Disney need to get a handle on information, because if they just keep dropping stuff randomly without any announcements, they are going to lose some people. Some people like the chase, but I think when it comes to like big blind box series, people need a little bit more notice. For example, if that St. Patrick's Day Eachez arrived this week and we didn't know about it, it's not a major problem. But if you've got a 12-piece Star Wars set and you know it's coming, that's a slightly different story. Sorry. Now it's quite cool with this information that we have got this trade event. Within the last couple of weeks, really the Vinylmation community has been all over the place. We've gone from sort of Disney stores pretty much pulling out of sort of releases. I expect Frozen could be one of the last releases at the Disney store. Doesn't really surprise me. Recently said this about this on the podcast with Nick and Brent. The problem is with the Disney stores is they've quite often they made a lot of bad mistakes for a long time, and it really took Vinylmation on a hit. And I don't think it was as popular as they wanted to be. And you can blame the fact that they got very greedy and come out with all those superheroes and myths and legends and really just clogged up the stores with a load of product that nobody really wanted. And then unsurprisingly, when it didn't sell, now they're turning around and going, well, it didn't sell, so we cannot put it in the stores. Bad ideas, I don't know. And it's also, like you say, it's going back to a park thing. The idea that they weren't taking part in the Generation event, at least now that if we've got this event taking place next week, it'll be a start. And if this becomes a regular thing, if they can do this quarterly or bi-monthly or something like that, that could help sort of ease people. And if they can make money at it, that'll make things. But we don't know about anything like a trade night vinyl like we had last year. Those were hugely successful. But who knows? This is the thing at the minute with the Vinylmation. It's just literally all up in the air. Information is very, very slack. And people don't know, and I don't know if that is kind of... Hopefully things have calmed down a bit in the last few weeks. A couple of weeks ago it really did, and the community was very much kind of on edge and in panic mode because of just basically just bad, with the trading box being removed from the store or from the parks, the stores taking stuff out, and then also them not having trade events, etc., and just a lack of information. So hopefully Disney are listening and trying to work out that they need to get a little bit more information out to help fans, to keep them interested. But anyway, guys, I'd love to know what you think. Like I said before, we are running a competition for the end of the week over on Vinylmation Kingdom and our sister site DisKingdom.com to win a Disneyland Paris Olaf. I'll be hopefully sending that one away next week when I pick a winner. You'll find all the information on that, on how to do it. Like I said, hopefully, guys, and you have already checked out our new website, DisKingdom.com. We are covering anything that's Vinylmation related is going on the new website because we kind of feel it's kind of our core strength. So we're just copying all the stories over onto there anyway. So you might see that's why it's there. If you haven't already done so, I've just launched a new podcast, and it's available on our YouTube channel and also on like iTunes, etc. Called the Diz Kingdom Podcast, where me and Abe are going to be discussing all kinds of Disney collectible news, including Vinylmation. If there's any big Vinylmation news, we also cover it there as well. So that's why I'm probably going to move these webcasts to being fortnightly, just because sometimes it really depends on the information. I've done a few webcasts in the past couple of months where I've had so little news, it just wasn't quite worth the effort to make a podcast about a create your own Minnie Mouse being made. So that's why there's going to be a little bit more sporadic, just because of the amount of Vinylmation news to make it worthwhile for our listeners. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. Remember, you can comment below. Let me know what you guys think of the new releases and just in general these new trade events. Remember to check us out at VinylmationKingdom.com. Hit that subscribe button if you're on iTunes, and I'll see you guys later.